Hello everyone, welcome to Sulfursoft. Today we are going to start lecture number 8 of Python Mega Course. In this lecture, we will discuss the float data type and we will also discuss the exponential form of float data type, how they are written in the Python and what is the purpose of exponential form of float data type. First we will define what is float. Basically in programming language, float defines a real number. It has two parts. One is decimal part and the other one is fractional part. And in between both parts, there is a point which separates the decimal and fractional part. Let's discuss an example on the pie chart. Let's suppose we have a variable called alpha and we are defining 10.2. In previous video in which we have covered int data type, we have seen that if we define a whole number, then the data type of this variable will be integer type. Now I am defining a number with the fractional part as well. So this number will be called a float and the data type of this variable will automatically become a float data type. Let's type what is the type of this alpha variable. Let's see. Here you can clearly see the type of alpha variable is float because the value assigned to it is float type value. This type of value 10.2, 10.11, 19.2 like this. So this type of value is called float type value and the data type of that variable which contains this value will be having data type float data type. Float data type can be represented in the exponential form because if we want to write a large or bigger number then there will be a more memory utilization in Python virtual machine. So to avoid large memory usage, exponential form of floating point is used which uses less memory and less space to define a similar bigger values. For example, let's see on the pie chart. We have a variable called alpha and 10. I want to describe 1000 for example, although it is not a bigger value, but for understanding, I am taking this value as 1000.0. However, if we will convert this value into the exponential form, then that exponential form value will take lesser memory. Now, I'm going to define the same 1000.0 into the exponential form so that we could be clear that how a value can be defined into the exponential form. Now I'll take 10.0 e. E is basically having the value 10, and if I will write 2 then it means 10 raised to power 2. Now this value will be multiplied with the 10 raised to power 2. Let's write print statement and see what will be the value of alpha. Yes, we have the value 1000. So how beautifully we have converted the normal value into the exponential form. Similarly, you can take larger values like this e raised to power 9. Now we have a larger value, but here memory utilization for this larger value will be lesser. As we have seen that integer value can be represented into decimal, binary, octal and hexadecimal form. But the float value can only be defined in decimal form. Let's have an example. For example, we have a same value that is alpha 10.0. It means we have the value in the decimal. Now I am going to convert it into binary 0 B 10.0. It is giving me error that why there is a B, or it is invalid syntax. For example, I want to convert 0 O. Again, it is giving me error. I want to convert it into the X hexa file. No, sorry. We cannot convert float point number into hexadecimal, binary, or octal. The only allowed value for the float is decimal.